Hello and welcome to another episode of SporTales where we tell you some interesting stories related to the world of sport. I'm Nikhil Naz and today we're going to be talking about this youngster, 19-year-old Musheer Khan, who's making waves after his stupendous performance in the Duleeptrophy. But for those of you who follow cricket, you would have obviously heard of him earlier as well on two counts. One, he played the Under-19 World Cup, remember, where India lost in the finals to Australia, but he himself had a good Under-19 World Cup. And secondly, of course, most people know him as the younger brother of India player in Sarfaraz Khan. But today I'm going to take you back not to a 19-year-old Musheer Khan, I'm taking you back about 11 years and we are looking at the year 2013 when Musheer was just 8 years of age, and I saw this story unfold in front of me. So 2013 there was a exhibition match between Media 11 versus a Yuvraj Singh 11. So Yuvraj Singh himself was playing. This match took place in Greater Noida and I was part of the media team and the media team was made up of journalists from print, television. It was a mix of various journalists, but apart from the journalists we had a youngster also in our team, and that youngster was a 8-year-old Musheer Khan. He was brought to the ground by another senior journalist in Vijay Lokpalli who had known Sarfaraz's family, and Naushad Khan, father of Sarfaraz and Musheer, brought this young kid to the ground, and it was like an exposure for him, and we as media men were glad to have somebody who's interested in sport, was showing a lot of potential. By that time, nobody had really heard of him. We didn't know what to expect of him. Sarfaraz by that time had already started making waves. He was, I think, yet to make his first class debut, but had been playing a lot of under-19 cricket, which we had heard about in those days. Of course, Sarfaraz made the biggest headlines when he was playing the Harris Shield and scored that 439, if I'm not mistaken, breaking a record that was held by a certain Sachin Tendulkar of the highest score that Sachin had scored in the Harris Shield. It's a school tournament, so I think Sarfaraz was playing for Rizvi and got that 439. So Sarfaraz was a well-known name and we recognized him, or we were introduced to him as Sarfaraz's younger brother. Now that match happens, Yuvraj and his team, so the rest of the team had Yuvraj Singh and then some of his friends, like some cricket coaches, some other friends from the industry, from the bat manufacturers team, and so on and so forth. So it was a mixed team. Yuvraj came out to bat, I remember, and he was batting well, and then the spinner came on, and this young 8-year-old, that time Musheer was just a left arm spinner, he wasn't a batter. So a lot of you would be surprised that, looking at the way he's batting, a proper batter that we saw in the Under-19 World Cup, now in the Duleeptrophy. At that time as an 8-year-old, he would bat as well, but he was more of a spinner. So he got the ball, and I remember Yuvraj hitting him for a 6 and a 4 in that over, and then guess what happens? Musheer, 8-year-old Musheer bowls a ball, Yuvraj Singh steps out to hit him and is stumped. Imagine what a moment it must have been for a young 8-year-old dismissing an India player at the peak of his form. I'm talking about 2013, as you know. Yuvraj Singh was at the peak form. A year later he played the T20 World Cup where India lost the final. A couple of years before that he was man of the tournament in the 2011 ODI World Cup. So in his peak form, a Yuvraj Singh, a young 8-year-old, dismisses him. And this is a story maybe that some of you may have read or heard about, but there's one thing that I will mention that, I was fielding at that time and I saw that moment unfold in front of me. I did get a feeling that Yuvraj was being a little kind to the youngster. I think he hit him for a 4 and a 6. And I could be wrong, but I'm just telling you basis of what I saw while I was at the ground. I did feel that there was, slight sportsmanship shown by Yuvraj Singh, where he on purpose stepped out and missed the ball and got stumped. I could be wrong once again, but this is a feeling that I got while observing Yuvraj Singh get dismissed. But whatever it was, it's a moment that must have given a lot of confidence to that young 8-year-old in Musheer Khan. He would go on to become the star batter that he is. For those of you interested what happened in the match, the media team lost, but it was a very close encounter. They batted first. I forget the runs that they got. It was a 20 over match and we came on to bat. We had some good openers. They got out early and we were in a bit of a lull. And I remember that I had a partnership with someone. I got 50 or 60 odd in that match, and it was in a position that I thought I could win the game. We were about 10-15 runs short of the target, and it wasn't required at a very high net run rate as well. I think it was well in check, maybe about 6-7 needed in the last 3 or 4 overs were left, and we had 4-5 wickets in hand. And I thought, and I made the cardinal mistake that most Indian cricketers end up making, that you relax before you've crossed the line, and that's exactly what I did. I clearly remember I got out to a full toss, batting on 58 if I'm not mistaken. I think it was 58, trying to hit a full toss outside where I should have ideally been taking just singles and winning that game, but got caught. But I was still, the reason I played that shot, I thought, oh, now we still have 4-5 wickets in hand, 15-16 more runs to get, we'll easily win. And we had a collapse. As it happens a lot of times with the Indian team, we kind of played like that. Of not the Indian team now, the Indian teams in the 90s that I used to see a lot. It was a collapse. We lost our next 4 wickets for I think 4-5 runs, and we lost the match. But I will never forget that memory of a young 8-year-old Musheer. I must tell you that even for his age, see, for a spinner at that young age, it's not easy. See, you need really strong fingers to get that rip on the ball, to get it to turn, and those revolutions that you need for the ball to turn. Even at that young age, he could do that and get the ball to turn. He was turning, I still remember. Yuvraj also bowled in that match. I remember playing him. And by the way, Yuvraj as well used to turn the ball. Of course, we've seen him on TV, but I remember batting against him. He wasn't very quick, UV, but his ball would really pitch and grip and turn. So, from there on, of course, Sarfraz went on to become a big star. Musheer's career, I did end up following what he would to do later. I think later that year, he made a record of sorts of being the youngest cricketer. Kanga League, as you know, is a club tournament in Mumbai where some of the top cricketers also play. That same year, maybe a couple of months after this match that Musheer played with us, he made another record of an 8-year-old playing the Kanga League, where he bowled a lot of overs. And I think he batted also as an 8-year-old against a proper team for 40 odd deliveries or 50 odd deliveries, something like that, which was again incredible. So really not surprised with the progress that he's making. I think that time is gone where we now remember him as Sarfraz's younger brother. He's carved a niche for himself. In fact, I read an interview where Sarfraz himself said that he rates Musheer even a better batsman than Sarfraz himself. So that's high praise then from the brother. The brother are very competitive, always compete against each other. There were stories about Musheer which I read much later, that they would compete, and Sarfraz would sledge him and make him cry, but that according to Naushad would only make him stronger. So they would sledge him a bit when they hit him or laughed at him, so that mentally he could become stronger. And mentally stronger he has become, certainly, with the kind of temperament that he's showing at the moment. Who knows, a future India cricketer perhaps. Give us a like if you enjoy our story, if you enjoy our content on Sports Today. Subscribe to the channel, please. Give us a like on this video and share it with your other sport loving friends. For the moment, Nikhil Naz signing off. You're watching SporTales.